Avlein tried to make me read my old writing from like 5 years ago, and like I'm very sad about that now.
Oh, it gets better. No, maybe
Somehow
not
I
for you.
doubt that, diary. Somehow I doubt that.
Well, don't worry about it. We're gonna be meeting the best character. We're gonna be developing the best character in the game.
Then meeting the best character in the game.
Well, I think it's the best character in the game. Though sadly, we're not going to the best talent in the game just yet.
You see, I spelled Gerwid properly there. It's like I almost forgot. It's like I remembered who the main character was, but I forgot how to spell it. I guess that's what happens when it comes up at the end of the first game.
This should be called KWRPG 2 IC Inconsistent Edition.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like I said in the previous video. RPG Maker needed a spell check really bad.
Well, they eventually there was made like command line tools which will dump the entire text, but that came much later.
Yeah.
This was.
It could dump the entire text, but could it like re-implement it?
Well, you can at least run spell check on it then, and you can probably use search to find out the exact ones.
There's one thing I can say about that is that you could really use that when you're making this part of the game.
Agree.
There is a reason why this file is called Deep Typo 5.
Yeah.
Oh, you told me about this part, and I actually thought you'd be able to talk to poor Riage, but apparently not.
I might as well tell the story behind him now. He was like the first town NPC in the game, and like I thought it would be so easy to like implement Paper Mario style stuff where you can like come back to the town every time something happened, and each character will have something new to say. Then I realized, this is hard. Because I like tried to write something down, and Riage was the first thing that came out, and I'm like, what the heck am I getting myself into? And that was my 14-year-old self. And you're finally going to the other end of the map, I see.
Yeah, I cut it out because you are not seeing like over 10 random encounters as I was walking through the rapids again. Oh look!
And the mirror spurned KW's advances.
I love that mirror.
Yeah.
And because you didn't come in here while they were still outside, they locked that chest. If you came in here earlier, you would be able to open that chest.
What did it have?
I forget.
Well, knowing
This
you,
was-
it's probably an angry berry or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, and here it is. This
And here it
appears after you defeat Pyromelic Girl, if I recall correctly.
You're gonna hate me for this part.
Yeah, that's... you think something's there, but it's not.
What's the point of having a perfectly square box of stumps?
Happens.
Now I'm just paranoid that there's
Get the
something
secret,
I
get the
missed.
secret. Aw, you missed the
I'm just
secret.
landing everywhere I can.
Wow.
And I could have picked up a star because I was standing on top of a star.
It's just the basic airship, but it is so fun because this area is so packed with stuff and very large, so you can just glide all the way over it.
And yet there's actually nothing to find here.
Well, you're supposed to get all the treasures like you're
Because
going to
I did notice that the water splashes are kind of off-centered on the big
Yeah.
waterfall.
And they're all perfectly synchronized, too.
Yes. RPG
You
Maker
see-
is funny that way.
You see, I
know
wanted
what?
to have... Oh,
When I was testing the game, I didn't even know about this.
yeah. It's
I
not
completely
It's not
missed
even
this.
on the map, it just is programmed to appear.
I'm seeing this now for the first time, and I'm like, what?
This is actually, funnily enough, the first time I've ever found this thing too. Even though every time I play this game, I always went the Rapids route. And here's me skipping even more random events, random encounters.
Oh, dear lord.
You could have
Encounter rate, man. The encounter rate.
You might have saw, like, right before I cut out, I actually got hit by a bandit and a Bronto Burt. And holy shit, I am under level for those guys.
No, you're perfectly on par.
No, funny enough, they almost killed me.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Bronto Burt decided to use everybody up, and the bandit just cut poor Dismaster to shreds.
And even though this is a common travel route, there is no guardrails here whatsoever.
Well, they're Kirby's. They can probably fly.
Surprisingly enough. And don't mind the seam in the sky.
I'm
Right
just
there.
looking... I was paying attention to the floating blocks of land. I mean, I can understand, like, these parts being supported by the rainbow bridges and, well, being a natural rock bridge, but those other islands are just floating chunks of earth.
Magic. Those rainbow bridges needed to have their whole chipset to get the most of the colors right there.
Dithering.
Probably the most wasteful use of resources in the entire game. But hey, at least it looks pretty.
Well, now you can see KW try to futilely cut open the block.
And here is magical technobabble that is spoken of once and never brought up again, just to justify the strangeness that was in this game and the original game for some reason.
Hey, it's a callback.
This is where it's so awkward looking at this, because this place looks very nice, but it's also where the most fan fiction in the game is found. Because, like, I'm very happy of the design, and even though it's kinda, like, icky in some ways, it still is visually very pretty.
What the hell was that? No, just looking at the commentary here.
Yeah, you were programmed to say in random things that KW or Hyper would already say, just to make you seem relevant, even though you're entirely expendable
I was
otherwise.
never relevant. What are you talking about?
But yeah, it's like you go up here, and this entire area is very much steeped in the fan fiction mythos.
Shelter.
Those are the hardest
that's
ones.
our first instance of typos in this episode.
Yeah.
Well, I think in the first area, like the suburbs, were originally the sub-rubs for so long.
The sub-rubs?
The sub-rubs, not the suburbs, the sub-rubs.
The back rubs.
The sub-rub.
Yes.
And Certian seals can be destoried.
Destoried. I keep making that typo even today, wow.
Destroyed?
Destoried is in every sentence now.
Oh no.
They're actually not destroying the seals, but they're actually... Well, actually the seals are really, really thin wafer thin books. And by destroying them, they're taking away the writing on it.
They're just taking an eraser and like taking them away, I guess. But yeah, this entire area was supposed to be like so steeped in like the mythos of the Kirby stuff, and like the Star Rod would be the ultimate weapon of the game and whatnot. But it's just not working for me now, since I realize in retrospect that Kirby had like the narrative coherency and narrative strength of like a piece of Malba toast or whatnot. So it just seems so. It just seems so.
Wow.
It just seems so like.
Right.
Yes.
I guess so, but at the same time, like, you realize Kirby, like, never really wanted to have good narrative anyway. I mean, the one time it did, it had, like, you beat up a walrus, and suddenly the entire airship's wing just explodes. Because it just can't handle the fact that you beat up that walrus so hard. We don't even know why the walrus was there in the first place. But yeah.
Nope, there's another one.
Beer, pantry, and beer food. The funny thing about those events is that they're not activated by, like, confirming that you just walk in and they start talking with you about beer pantry. And oh my god, I made a really beginner mistake.
Oh! You didn't!
You are really prepared now, I must say.
Jeez!
I pressed up, and when you press up, it thinks that you're trying to, like, order 10 of an item. And now I'm like, oh crap, I better sell some shit. Oh god, what do I do?
Wow. Wow.
And at this point I was thinking, well, at least if Dismaster dies again, I have ways to bring him back.
He's strong, but he's fragile.
Very much so.
I'm a close cannon!
Oh, don't worry about it. He fixes his fragility in this episode.
I'm actually surprised, because I thought this was more hidden than it is, but as long as you have Disc here, he just kind of points you directly at it.
Dismaster's 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, and he brings up an entirely sensible idea. I mean, hey, if you have all these barriers, just go around, right?
It's like the Great Wall of China. Just go over it. And here I am really stupid and decide to go every way but the right way.
I don't blame you. It's kind of like it's all the colors blend together. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah. And then, like, if you find the right way, Dismaster tells you, "Hey, this is the right way. You're an idiot."
Well, like, here's the thing. I'm gonna, like, wince almost right now because there's a secret, and it is kind of really sort of hidden even in this hidden thing. And you are just going to walk right past it right now, and you're not even going to notice it there.
I did not notice anything. I don't see anything. Everything's just a big blob of
that's
color.
What makes it a secret. Oh, and then there's this. A green feather thing.
It's obviously a beret, isn't it?
Yeah, but, like, you can't tell because of the sprite art.
I keep trying to equip hats to KW for some reason.
When you find out what this is, please tell us. I spoke in the real
cooking
we
pot?
or something.
What the hell, man?
I don't know what it is, but I'm putting it on my head, okay? Oh.
Who do you think I am, the soldier?
I don't know. It was the only spare piece of equipment I had. Okay, shut up. I'm not very good at buying equipment in this game.
And now we have this.
Oh god, this terrible place.
It has non-Euclidean architecture. It's like a sign of the Necronomicon's prophecies becoming true because of the very geometries of this thing and how it does not conform to proper perspective gives me fever dreams of, like, the terrible beyond.
That, or it was designed by Samurai Kirby. Okay, just imagine that. Just imagine that they're, like, walking into it, like the old Batman serials on TV.
You can't have the conclusions.
You can just imagine, like, some sort of celebrity guest popping their head out.
This was before I understood even the most basic concepts of visual art.
Meanwhile, Dismaster's talking about his glorious past as a ninja.
And even
Or
then,
bullshit.
like, KW's not really taking him all that seriously, he's just kind of going along with it. And, see, ninjas are so stubborn. And, like, Kuiper's just has no idea what's going on, he just keeps going in anyway.
Yeah.
Hyper's
It's amazing
missing-
how in-character things are for, like, having... Even though the characters themselves are actually kind of shallow.
And we are
At
here
least you
at
spelled
the
it right.
Rierimanu Shrine, or as Dismaster calls it, the Reirimaru Shrine.
It's all just a bunch of
The
syllables.
bad
And they have...
transliteration of my last name shrine, more like.
And they have all
There, the
these,
secret's
like,
out. Have fun.
hieroglyphics on the walls, and, like, you can tell it would eventually be Disc's, like, rage-bearing self, because they have just... They speak in, like, faces that are just angry and, like, writhing and, like,
Also here, enjoy seeing my IQ drop by 10 points.
Oh, come on, Av. This is first grade stuff.
And then I go back and notice, wait, what just happened?
I am so disappointed again.
I agree.
I lifted that right out of Pokemon Gold of all places, and you still got it wrong.
I wasn't paying attention. I just walked up and pressed confirm. Shut up.
Avlein, really?
Avlein fails basic spatial recognition.
Oh, wait
I guess.
until you guys see episode 6. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna put that out there. Look, I got
Then
this right
again,
this
this
time.
place is again designed by Samurai Kirby.
And then,
well,
and I noticed something
Yeah.
funny about these rocks.
they don't like you. They just don't like you touching them. Okay, they're just backing off.
No, they don't.
I mean, even inanimate objects have feelings, you know.
But you know, the oddest thing about that part is that when I played the exact same remake of this puzzle in Kirby Warriors RPG 2, the rocks do not have this behavior, which is weird.
Maybe
That or
just
you
works
never
differently.
that or you never checked. I don't know.
Oh, I did check. Trust me.
More
Meanwhile,
baddies.
more fucking baddies.
You got a really great battle music there.
Yeah. Annoying as fuck, too.
What is that from?
I don't know. I think a shooter or something.
And of course, out of all battle musics I could have chosen, I chose the most loudest one. Oh. Better shut up.
Hello.
Important part coming.
There it is.
The Reirimaru Blade.
I am disappointed.
Hey, I thought ninjas didn't use swords.
There are exceptions.
I swear, a spell
And it
checker.
glitters. It glitters. It is the most fabulous blade ever.
You'd think it would have rusted by now after being left outside and exposed to the elements for God knows how long.
It technically is
Technicality.
yours, Ness.
No, it's Tekken Kali.
Oh, and KW can't do it.
Well, it makes sense. He can't do it. It's not.
It's
not his
supposed to be
ninja
Disc
sword.
saying that, because Disc is the one who turned around.
But it's not his ninja sword.
Oh. Suddenly.
Oh.
Random goobers from Chapter 1.
You see, I'm cringing
Begin the
right
murder.
now because of all the, like, bad typos, and, like, I can't tell if it's supposed to be campy or not since it's been so long. But at the same time, I'm like, I remember what happens next, and it's just like, well... And now KW is showing off his skill with the blade, and he keeps missing.
His first slash.
He attacks with what skill, yes? He does.
And it touches.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
What
a
is
lot.
accuracy?
Thanks a lot, Elder
does
Tanari.
that mugging thing ever work?
It hasn't worked.
I remember... Did it work?
It hasn't worked at all since I've actually started playing this game.
Yeah, because I figured it would be a bit unfair, but they should at least try, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, it's a dice roll chance, and if you have an item in your inventory that they can steal, they'll take it away.
Huh. They are though. We're too though for those Chapter 1 goobers to kill us.
And suddenly his ninja instincts rise up.
I'm psychic.
Guard the sword.
All of a sudden.
Oh yes, you can spell guard correctly, but not guardian. Oh, suddenly.
Oh, it's a Bomberman. He's firewalking.
That's unfair.
Oh, and this is KW's only contribution to DE right here. He made the sprite of this handsome character.
The British accent. We're all
Yes.
veterans to him. Vakant von Vishkat.
Von Kant von Wischkat.
I remember when you first unveiled this to me way back when we were still doing this. I was so just like laughing my ass off just at the look.
I think the music is the best part, though.
Yeah, and I was the one that designed it, and you'll see my
Trails.
bad. Oh.
Trails.
What agorants! I will just obtain it by force. What agorants? I think you mean arrogance,
Oi.
right?
I am a collector, damn it.
So this guy is the villain of the second Pokemon movie. Got it.
Apparently.
Atmosphere.
And now I'm just thinking, wait, how strong was this guy again? Of course, most of the battles now just basically revolve around KW spamming first slash as much as possible.
Oh yes, the war cries.
A free fire slash. It's supposed to be fierce slash, but oh well.
The funny thing is, I remember it being spelled fierce slash before.
I remember too, apparently. Oh, and this is not the new version. In the new version, Hyper can steal a skill from him and it would break the rest of the game, but oh well.
Round 0?
No, Dizzy Bomb.
Dizzy Bomb.
It would do a lot of damage and confuse.
Oh.
Oh! Blood! You made
we'll
him
talk-
bleed!
We'll talk more about the new version later.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
No one can. Is he
Arguably
still in
the
a
best
British
part of the
accent?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Like, this is such a side character, it was in the back of my mind, and then it comes out like this, and it's just like, so, whoa.
He's so awesome.
Yes, and...
Welp.
How the fuck do you miss?
That's
How
what
do
you
you
call
miss?
a critical fail, gentlemen.
Boom.
Team Rocket's plastic up again!
Literally,
Bing.
yes. So yes, that was KW's one contribution to DE. He
And you
made
blew
the
it-
sprite of that guy.
And you honored him by blowing it out of the... blowing it into the air.
He was supposed to be a recurring character. Like, every time you went into a dungeon that had a really powerful item in it, he would try stealing it from you and whatnot.
This would have been a really good time to have a custom sprite of Dismaster wielding a Rieri Maru blade.
Oh, come on, I couldn't fit it sprites.
You could have just, like, I don't know, pasted it on his face.
And now his bloodlust awakens.
The Rieri Maru blade, yes!
Look at that spelling. Ugh.
At least that's kind of Japanese. It has
I don't
Maru
know.
on it.
You're talking about a 14-year-old sense of cool here, okay?
This is a 14-year-old game.
I mean, come on, we were all weeaboos once.
And then
Oh,
the,
look, Disc is happy now.
this is no longer rolling his eyes in the in the menu screen, but rather he is now.
Yeah, it does a whole 4 more points of damage.
And it gives it the skill caffeination. Apparently, the blade is drugs, I suppose.
Well, I like to think of the blade as a giant Mr. Coffee shaped like a sword.
Oh dear.
So whenever
So Disc is a coffee ninja? What?
Whenever Dispatcher is thirsty, he just swings a sword a few times and beep beep beep. Even comes with creamer packets in the hilt.
Between all the cringeworthiness of my bad writing, then that happens, and the bad mapping here, but then you have Vincent van Wishkat and a happy Disc face, and it's all kinda okay for a moment, isn't it?
There's like a tower.
There's a zen here, I suppose. Really can't be zen.
It's called
Get the secret, get the secret, get the secret.
Again.
Ah, you missed the secret.
The zen is called Geordian.
No, it's called ZNE, because I apparently can't spell that right either.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, thankfully, I think this is the worst we're gonna get with typos in this game, but
Yeah.
you said before that someone went over this game with a fine-tooth comb, right?
At several points. The first one was Rat, and that was when it was the first release that only had the first chapter. So the first chapter noticeably has slightly lesser in terms of that. But then, this is kind of in the middle, where, normally when people try to do, editing and whatnot, they focus on pretty much the beginning, since that's when you first notice it, then the end, because that's when you have your final impression, and everything in the middle kind of evens out, because at that point you're too absorbed in it, but you are kind of rolling your eyes over. So this is, the exact middle of the game right now, as it was released, and that's at the point where, nobody who I got in there was really paying attention. But yeah, the first person who went over it was Rat, and that was in the first release to KRR that only had Yogurt Arts.
That reminds me, actually, back when we were all still working on KWRPG 3, there was a dungeon called the Mumby's Temple or something.
Yes.
And for the longest time, you kept spelling it Mubbies. And
I did?
Yes, in the title card it was Mubby's Temple. In the monsters it was called Mubbies, and then the final boss of that dungeon was called the Mubby's Pharaoh. And when I was going over it, I was like, "Is this right?" And I called him
sounds like a Kirby
I called him
enemy,
KW
right?
and asked him, "Isn't it supposed to be Mumbies?" And he says, "Yeah, it's Mumbies." So then I looked over it, and then I was just wondering, why is it everything Mubbies?
Well, I didn't actually make that dungeon either. All I did was make the title card.
Yeah, so then I went and changed it to Mumbies. And
so how did that end up in the monster data? Wow.
And then the next version, it became Mubbies again.
Oh god.
So then at that point I was just
my fault. Oh, wow.
At that point I was just assuming that you were screwing with me.
Oh, I could do... my subtlety knows no bounds, apparently.
And then this isn't the first time we're gonna see monster names being changed. Oh no, that's in the next episode.
Oh god, yes.
A very infamous change, I might add.
Whoops. Well, it's already happened anyway, so might as well just keep going with it, right?
Right.
Likewise.